From Mohaa, 2007. The next time some Israeli or Jew tries to convince you that Israel is a valuable American ally, go ahead and show them the footage of Rachel Curry getting killed by a Jew driving a bulldozer, unquote. Well, you know, she was killed by a Jew driving a bulldozer accidentally, but it shouldn't have been an accident. She deserved to be killed because she was there to support Muslim terrorists. She was there to support the Muslim terrorists, and she got what she deserved. And that is how, that's the way anyone who comes to Israel to support the Muslim terrorists that want to destroy us should be treated. And by the way, that proves that Israel is a valuable American ally, because the people who support the Muslim terrorists are supporting Muslim terrorists that also want to destroy America. So that is a valuable American ally. Anybody that gets rid of scum like that is doing something very good for America as well. And now the next question comes from NWA 90s, who writes, and I quote, "The Arabs," I'm going to read it, and by the way, there's grammatical errors here. I'm not going to correct the grammatical errors. I'm going to read this exactly as it is written. And I quote, "The Arabs was part for the liberation of Europe. The main troops of the French army was Algerians, Moroccans, and Tunisians against the Nazis. The Brits used Egyptians against Rommel's troops. The Zionist was alongside with the Nazis. Rothschild and Rockefeller gave all support to the Nazis. Why won't you talk about the Havara Accord? Why won't you talk about the role of the Vichy government to deport Jews? Herzl said the anti-Semite will be our allies to build Israel," unquote. Well, I mean, first of all, what a fantasy world these crazy Arabs live in. What a fantasy world. The Arabs were the troops to liberate Europe. The Arabs can't fight their way out of a paper bag. The whole Arab world, 500 million Arabs, can't beat 5 million Israeli Jews. You outnumber the Jews 100 to 1, and the Jews beat you in 6-day wars. And you were liberating Europe? You had troops who were liberating Europe? Your soldiers are illiterates, are idiots, who couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. The troops of the French army surrendered to Germany in 1 week, and there were no Moroccans, Algerians, or Tunisians there. None, believe me. The French army didn't accept people like that in those days. In those days, people were Europe was not politically correct. They were normal. Are you kidding me? The Brits used the Egyptians. All of these groups, the Egyptians, Algerians, Moroccans, Tunisians, all supported the Nazis. All of the Arabs supported the Nazis. The Mufti of Jerusalem was supported and hailed as a hero by the entire Arab world. The whole Arab world to this day supports the Mufti of Jerusalem. The Mufti of Jerusalem went to Berlin, Nazi Germany, in the middle of the Holocaust. In 1942, he joined Hitler, and we've shown pictures of him meeting with Hitler and touring the Nazi death camps and praising the Nazi Holocaust. And he proposed that the Jews in the land of Israel also be exterminated that way. He organized Nazi Waffen-SS units among the Muslims in Bosnia, the Bosnian Muslims. He organized two Waffen-SS units. And he is considered to be the great hero of the Arab world. The whole Arab world supports him. You won't find people in the Arab world that criticize the Mufti, who was openly, fanatically pro-Nazi and supported the Nazis openly, fanatically, in every way possible. All of the Arabs supported Hitler. Hitler is the most popular infidel in the Arab world. Hitler is the one infidel that the Muslims praise. The British used the Egyptians against Rommel's troops. First of all, the Egyptians don't know how to fight. Secondly, because they're a bunch of cowards. Because Muslims are cowards. That's number one. Secondly, the Egyptians, Anwar el-Sadat, Gamal Abdul Nasser, and all of the leaders of Egypt were all put in British prison because they supported the Nazis. They openly said they supported the Nazis. Sadat openly said that he supported the Nazis. They spent time in British prison for collaborating with the Nazis. The local Arab population in Iraq and Algeria and Morocco all led revolts that were pro-Nazi. They were all pro-Nazi. I mean, what a joke. And you're saying the Zionists, Rothschild and Rockefeller was German. What an ignoramus. Rockefeller was German. Rockefeller was not a Zionist. Rockefeller himself was a Nazi. The Zionists gave all their support to the Nazis. I mean, this is just, the things you're writing are so ridiculous and so insane. What an insane people. Boy, what your religion does, what this Islamic religion does to you, just complete insanity. Complete insanity. You are, do all of you have your heads baking in the sun all the time? In the hot sun? The way Muhammad, the crazy founder of Islam, the crazy Muhammad, his brain was baking in the sun for a long time in the desert. Are all of you afflicted by this insanity? And now, next question is from 812 Mohammed, and I quote, "What if Israel nukes Iran and Russia retaliates like Medvedev said it would in that case? You think Israel can handle that? What about Americans who will also get dragged in with their nukes? The world will be a wasteland where humanity can no longer exist thanks to who? In this case, who will have started the hostilities? Ah, yes, Israel." Unquote. Mohammed. You know, your name is you were as crazy as the Mohammed that founded the Islamic religion. Israel nukes. Russia said that they're going to retaliate if Israel nukes Iran. When did Russia say this? Russia never made such a statement. The president of Russia, whom you're supposedly quoting here, never made such a statement. He never said he's going to nuke Israel, he never made such a statement. Never would make such a statement. I mean, what an absurd. The reason that there's a danger, there's a nuclear danger in the Middle East, is because you crazy Muslims are determined to murder all non-Muslims. This is what your religion teaches you to do. That's why there's a danger. You're the ones that fly planes into buildings and murder thousands of innocent people. You're the ones that wage wars against your fellow Muslims. You've murdered millions of your fellow Muslims. You're talking about Iran? In the Iran-Iraq war, you killed 2 million of your fellow Muslims. Iran and Iraq slaughtered each other for 8 years in the 1980s. 2 million Muslims were slaughtered using poison gas and chemical warfare and all types of illegal warfare against each other, against men, women, children, babies. 2 million Muslims were slaughtered by other Muslims. You've committed Holocaust against your fellow Muslims. So we know you're not joking when you promise to exterminate all the non-Muslim infidels whom you despise. Just open up the Quran. Everyone should open the Quran and see what it says. See why Winston Churchill said that the Quran is the Mein Kampf of war. Winston Churchill compared the Quran to Hitler's autobiography, Mein Kampf. Winston Churchill did that. Hitler himself condemned Judaism and Christianity, but praised Islam. The one religion that Hitler liked was Islam, and the Muslims loved him. What a boy! What an insane religion! And nobody's allowed to tell the truth. Nobody is allowed to tell the simple truth. All we're saying is read the Quran. Read the Quran for yourself and see what it says. And see what the Hadith says. See what it says about non-Muslims. See what it says about raping women. See what it says about murdering everyone who doesn't believe in Islam or forcing them or forcibly converting them. See that unbelievable Nazi hatred that is preached against all non-Muslim infidels. That is what we're up against. And putting nuclear bombs in the hands of crazy people like this who think that anyone who's not a Muslim should be killed and that Allah commands you to die killing as many non-Muslim infidels as you can, to give people like that nuclear bombs, that's not insanity?
Shafti, Israel.